It feels weird doing a video without you. It's also weird talking to someone else when you're sitting right there. Okay. Hey, welcome back to Jonestead Farm. This video is all about plants. So we're going to talk about the plants that I purchased this year. Normally, I'm someone that always starts my plants from seeds. Of course, I'm a sucker for a good plant sale, and I do typically pick up a few things here or there, but the majority of the stuff that I've purchased this year are not things that I normally buy. I had this sweet little honey have a baby in the beginning of March, and that's typically when I start my seeds here in Zone 6. Beginning of March is usually go time for me, and so having not any energy, no brain cells. He was born literally March 6th, so it just wasn't the season. And so I want to encourage you, if it's not your season, it's okay. We all have those seasons, but that's the beauty of buying plants. I chose to change it and make it into something really great because I was decided that I'm just going to pick out varieties of plants that I don't have in my collection of seeds and see if it turns out something really epic and we really love them, then I get to have new seeds in my seed collection. So I figured I would just share what varieties I picked out this year, what you can see in further garden tours and such this year, and see where they started out, see why I picked them. So I'm going to start off with peppers. We had a plethora of peppers last year, and due to my sweet morning sickness, I didn't get to enjoy nearly as many as I wanted to, but my family did, and they really liked some of these. Some of them are tried and true, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. I've got the California Wonder, sweet bell pepper, always a tried and true. Have those in every garden, right? I also picked up another bell pepper. This one's called the Lady Bell. I thought this one looked kind of fun. I don't have seeds for the Lady Bell. These mosquitoes are going to be the death of me. I didn't put any bug spray on. So this one is an F1 hybrid. I just thought it looked really pretty. I liked just the way that the foliage looked, and I was like, I'm going to grab that one. I picked up a nice little 4-pack of some jalapenos. These poor guys are struggling. They need some nutrition. They're going to go in the ground either today or tomorrow. I'm losing daylight, but I may go do it anyway. I've got a lilac. This one is really interesting. I let this one was already starting to turn color whenever I bought it. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to see what happens with it. I'm going to clip it before I put it in the ground. But this one is supposed to have a unique lavender color, and it goes from ivory to lavender. And I thought that was really cool. And then to red. So I thought it was a unique, fun bell pepper that I don't have in my collection of seeds. So I went with that one. This one is just a sweet banana pepper. Grabbed that. And then this is one that I don't have, and it's probably really common, but I just thought it would be we did shishito peppers last year, and I didn't really get to enjoy them nearly as much as I wanted to, again, due to morning sickness. But I did get this Goliath griller, and it kind of reminded me somewhat of what a shishito pepper might be like. I'm sure the flavor is not all there, but all the shishitos were sold out, so I was sad. But, there is next year. That's all the peppers that I'm doing right now. I'm probably going to pick up a couple more banana peppers. My family really likes pickled banana peppers. The thing I found with peppers last year is that I'm the person that I don't mind spending $2 on a pack of seeds and just go hog wild and have a million plants because it cost me $2 for this pack of seeds. Of course, the soil and whatnot and the time and care, but I don't mind sacrificing my time and care. It's more, it was $2 for this pack of seeds. It's totally fine. I can plant as many as I want. I can give some plants away, sell some plants, things like that, right? It's totally different when I have to go to local nurseries, which are amazing, and I love supporting local nurseries. But, this is a $4 plant. And while that isn't a terrible deal on some started plants, because I obviously was being a little thrifty whenever I was even shopping for my started plants, I just can't stomach going willy-nilly and buying a bunch of peppers. So I also found, the more you pick, the more you get. And so I'm just going to be really diligent about picking my fruits this year. And I think I'll still end up with a really big harvest because we got so many peppers last year that we ended up giving some of them to our pigs because I could not do anything with them. due to just being so nauseously sick. It was kind of inconvenient, honestly, how nauseous I was last year during gardening season, but I did put away a ton of tomatoes. So speaking of tomatoes, we'll go to that next. I got so many different tomatoes this year that I didn't already have in my garden last year. There's only a couple that are, maybe even one that is a repeat from last year because I was able to find it and my family really loved this variety. So we'll start off. I picked up some simple little packets of celebrity tomatoes from Walmart. They're definitely struggling. You can see that they look really sad right now. They are hungry. So these guys are going to go in the ground really soon. Let's see. I picked up some from just like big box stores. Like I said, I'm going to pause on this one because I have a story to go with it. And I'll tell you that story in just a second. But this one I picked up just recently. And here's a pro tip, which I love to do. Now, it doesn't always work in your favor, but it doesn't change some things that you would already have. Okay, so I picked up this one. This is this one was a Cherokee purple. Yeah, I had Cherokee purples in last year. I picked this one up last minute. I saw it at our local feed store and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to pick this up. So it's a double tomato plant in this one pack. Okay, and if I'm super gentle and sweet, this guy's going to give me 2 tomato plants. I'm not going to break it. If I break it, worst case scenario, I can stick the broken one in some water and root it, and I still end up with 2 tomato plants. Just going to be a little bit farther behind because the roots aren't as established, but it's still going to be 2 tomato plants. I didn't pay any different having this right here than what I would have had I bought the one plant. So you're going to see that happen a lot in some of these tomatoes that I bought because I kept looking for doubles so that I could really make it work for me and the size garden that I have. Again, these guys are struggling. They're hungry. They're ready to be in the garden. But what I'm going to end up doing whenever I do plant these tomatoes is I'm going to be plucking off these lower extremities anyways. And I like to bury my tomatoes deep. So this top foliage is still really happy and healthy. So these guys are, again, they're going to be going in the soil really soon. This one is a yellow pear. And again, I got a 2 for 1, which is really cool. I love a good deal. Also, I have a decent sized garden and filling it up with, pre-started plants is kind of difficult when you're trying to shop on a tight budget. I got the mortgage lifter. I did not have the mortgage lifter last year and I just didn't have seeds for it and I thought I did. So I'm excited to have this one in there because it's just really prolific and I'm looking forward to having a really prolific, another really prolific tomato plant in my garden. Let's see, this one was a black cherry. We did have those last year, and they were delicious. Everybody loved those. Let's see, this one is a lemon boy. I did not have this one last year. This is a new one for us. I think F1 hybrid. So I'm excited to try these. My family really loved our lighter colored tomatoes last year. So I just thought it would be fun to throw some new ones in our seed collection if they end up being ones we all love. So that's kind of fun. Sad thing to do, but a necessary thing to do is if my tomatoes start putting on flowers before they're in the ground, I always pluck off their flowers because I want them to put more energy in their roots. Again, they don't have anywhere to put more roots right now, but again, they're going into the ground very soon. I held off putting my tomatoes in because we had a nice cold snap and I was a little concerned that it was going to stunt their growth. So I ended up waiting. So that's kind of the story behind why my tomatoes are still not planted. Also, newborn life. All right, so this one's a sun gold and this one again, I got a twofer, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is a cherry tomato. So my family loves cherry tomatoes. I really love having opportunities for my kids to snack in the garden, and that's one of them for sure that everybody loves to just walk around and pluck off the vine. This one is an Abe Lincoln. I got this from a local farmer's market, and so this one is very hungry, and it's going in the garden again, like I said. We've got a hillbilly. I didn't have this one, and I just thought it sounded fun, and I wanted to grab it. So this guy's really hungry. Oh man. This one is a pineapple. I have had the pineapple tomato before, but I didn't have it in my garden last year. So I'm looking forward to having this one again. And let's see, what did I pick up again? This one was at our local feed store that I picked up, just like a Bonnie plant. Oh, this is a super sweet 100, a cherry tomato. it's an indeterminate cherry tomato, but I got wooed in whenever I saw it was 2 plants again. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I see you. I'll take you home. And then this one I'm so excited for. And when I showed my girls this one, they like freaked out. So I think everybody has just as much love for cherry tomatoes as I do. But this one is called a Rapunzel. Okay. Looks like just a regular, cherry tomato. It just, doesn't scream anything until you see this picture. Look at these tomatoes. I'm obsessed. They're so fun. So this one says that it can have as many as 40 sweet cherry tomatoes in one like row, and I'm like, that's bananas. So I'm really excited to see what this one produces. I'm hoping she's a rock star that I save seeds from for forever. We'll see. And then I did pick up some herbs, and herbs are one of those things that I usually pick up every year. Well, I should say some herbs. Some herbs I always start from seed, like basil and thyme and, let's see, lemon balm and mints. Oh, these two are giving each other a hug. But this year, I just honestly, having a baby has taken the time away from me starting things. So, yeah, I just haven't had a chance to start them. So, and also I'm trying to establish some different spaces in my in-ground garden that I now kind of have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. And so I wanted to go ahead and get some a little more established plants, but some things are going to be going in my green stock. I have a green stock here on my deck, and I really like having herbs really close because then I can just come out and pull what I need when I'm cooking, and I don't have to go out to the garden to grab them if I don't want to, unless I want to harvest a lot. So I got some oregano. Oregano is one of those that you must put in a pot. If you don't, you will regret it for the rest of your life. It's kind of funny. Our Kansas City house, where I really was able to have some space to just learn and garden and have fun, and dream a little dream. And it's the house that we sold to be able to get the farm. But the lady that lived there before us, it was a one-owner home before we moved there, and she was an avid gardener. Amazing gardener. She had absolutely stunning plants, but she had put this really beautiful variety of oregano that was just like this lime color. It was beautiful, and she had it as ground cover in the front of the house. Well, every time like I would try to get out there before it would go to seed, and it didn't matter, because this thing just reseeds and comes back and reseeds and comes back, and it's a wild little thing. And every time my husband would mow, it would smell like pizza. So this is going in a container for sure, because I love oregano, but I don't need that much oregano. I have some Tulsi basil. This is going to be holy basil. It's going to be going in my green stock again. And then I got a small little Genovese basil plant that'll go in there as well. These smaller ones are going in my green stock. This is sage. I love sage. It smells like Thanksgiving to me. And then I have a small little thyme plant that's going to go in my green stock as well. But I also purchased a large one because I want it to reseed in a specific spot in my my big garden and have a big place to be able to harvest thyme. We use a lot of thyme. I typically buy it in bulk at natural grocers because we just go through so much thyme. I make a lot of chicken stock and turkey stock and lots of bone broths, and I honestly just cook with thyme a lot. And so I want to have a place I can dedicate to have a big mature thyme plant, and so that's where it's going to go. This one is. And then I also got some mojito mint because I love mint in my water, and I like mint in general. Oh, it smells so good. And this guy is definitely going in a big container as well, but I wanted to have a little bit of a mature mint plant because I enjoy mint a lot. I also got this dark opal basil. Poor little guy is a little sad, but we're gonna put it in the green stock as well. And then I have two really large plants that I picked up on clearance, not clearance, but on a sale, and I was really excited about it. One of them is rosemary, and it's massive. I picked this up at Costco, and look at how big this is. I'm so excited about this rosemary plant. Like, you can't even see me. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nice, lush rosemary plant, and I'm going to definitely be harvesting quite a bit from that. I always start off with a small rosemary plant, and then I end up harvesting it to death, and then it gets some neglect because I usually put it in a pot. So I'm Now I'm gonna try to establish a nice spot for it to stay and live, and pray that we don't have like the world's worst frosts and then it comes back. I also picked up this really large basil plant because like I said, I usually start my basil. I picked up this big large basil plant from Walmart, and it had a decent pot, and I wanted to be able to have some sitting here on my deck, because I love basil. I have sown basil already in my garden, but we like to make basil lemonade. It's a big thing at my house, and it takes quite a bit of basil for me to make as much as my family wants me to make basil lemonade. So I picked that one up specifically as my basil lemonade basil plant. Okay, so the tomato that I decided to do an experiment on, this is going to be another video, but I wanted to just kind of show you this last variety. This is the last one I got. I just picked this up at Tractor Supply at the beginning of the year, so it looks rough because it has been sitting in the same soil. Should have been up potted. Again, baby life. But I did an experiment with it, so I got 6 of decent sized tomato plants. These are the better boys. These are a nice big beefsteak tomato, but they're nice and healthy-ish. They're looking a little puny on the ends, but again, like I said, once I pluck off all the dead on the bottom, they're going to be great. It was a 6-pack. I have another one in this, but I did an experiment to test my straw that I used as mulch in my garden. I wanted to test it and make sure that it didn't have any herbicides spread on it, because it will stunt and kill all your nightshades. And just in general, I like to try to be as organic as possible in my garden. I don't like spraying anything in my garden, and I definitely don't want to cover my garden with glyphosate or any other herbicides that have been sprayed on grasses that then I will have to deal with the repercussions of that for a while, because I don't want that to leach into my soil. So I definitely wanted to test it before I put it down. It was good to go based off the test that I did, and so far so good. I have plants growing in my garden right now, still baby little seedlings, but still doing well. So I think it was a good to go assessment. But I hope you enjoy plants as much as I do, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what we're going to be putting in our garden. It's going to be a really fun year. I'm like staring at all the bounty that is around me, although you're right there staring at all the bounty. It's beautiful. But I am so excited for this garden season. I think this year I've been able to really assess my space, and really kind of just go, you know what, it's going to be a fun learning year, a different year than what we've ever done before. I normally never buy this many plants ever from a store, and I definitely don't like I love the experience of planting seeds and doing it from start to finish. I love the beauty of getting some really cool plants that you don't get to go buy at the store. But I am going to look at this year as a year of seasons. I have this sweet little guy that needs me to take care of him. And if that means that I'm going to grow some different plants that I normally don't ever grow, and I'm still going to feed my family some really yummy meals out of my garden, then that is a win for me. So I hope you have a great day. And then thanks so much for being here. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.